Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first knitting podcast episode on Knit Read Write, and I'm really excited to be making it because I love watching knitting podcasts. I really enjoy watching them when I'm working on something. Either I'm knitting or crocheting. I just like turn it on and I'm like watching. I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. Ooh, I want to make that. And I just find it so soothing as like a background when I'm knitting. And yeah, so just a brief introduction before we get into all the fun stuff. My name is Rami. I am a New York City based knitter and crocheter. I live in one of the 5 boroughs. I live in Queens. And the reason why I started this YouTube channel was because I really love fiber art. I love knitting. I love crocheting. I love making garments. And you think there'd be so many other people if I live in the city that do this, but here in Queens I don't know anybody really who has this hobby. And so like I created this channel so I can like meet new knitters, crocheters that if they see this and if they're in the area, like maybe they could start a club or something. But I love the craft. I've been doing it for quite some time. I actually learned how to knit and crochet at the same time. I think I was like around 10 years old and I was in a youth group, and there was this meeting they had, and it was like in a library, and when I was there I saw them like knitting and crocheting together, and they had like a bunch of yarn and they had like hooks and needles there, and I came up to them and like they were teaching a lot of kids how to knit and stuff, and they were making little blankets for babies in hospitals. And so they were the ones that taught me how to knit and crochet, because I think there was like a week that they were doing this and people were coming in and out, and I learned simultaneously to knit and crochet. And at that time I was doing both. I would knit and crochet on different projects, but then I think I did stick to crochet because, you know, as a child you want that satisfaction of making something, and like making a square ended up being faster with crochet than with knitting. So I kind of focused more on the crochet, but I did knit on and off. I really actually picked up knitting again fully a few years ago, and now I'm always knitting. I always am carrying one of my project bags with me. I basically live in my car because as a mom, I'm driving back and forth, taking my kids to karate, to extra math, and even pick up from school. There's like hours that I just wait in the car at the pickup line, and instead of just sitting there doom scrolling on my phone, I knit in the car or crochet in the car. All right, I think that's enough backstory about me. On this channel, what I want to do, and specifically on my knitting podcast episode, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about my latest whips, the projects that I want to make, and anything else that is kind of knitting related and going on in my life right now. So let's start with what I am making currently. I do have some finished whips, but I already posted my everything I knit in 2025 video, so I kind of don't want to like go through all those again. But the latest thing that I completely finished was a blouse number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I knitted it up in all mohair, and I did an actual whole project review on it on my channel, where I do like pictures. I go through all the drama that I went through with making that particular sweater. And yeah, so that was the project that I finished most recently. Now there are 2 whips that I'm currently working on, and I'm going to be sharing those first. So this is my project bag. This is the one that I carry like a granny with me wherever I go. So it got like cute little hedgehogs on it, and it has so many nice little pockets that I just stick things into. And yeah, this is the Facet Sweater by Lynette, and it is a full colorwork sweater, and I've already separated for the body. I already did the sleeves up here, and I'm currently working on it. And oh my gosh, I got these really cute, like, can you even see it? I got these cute needle stoppers at a fiber festival that they held in Brooklyn, and I thought they were so adorable. They're like cute little pancakes, and I'm in love with them. I switched to them. I used to have hedgehogs, and now I have these pancakes. But yes, getting off topic slightly, but this is the Facet Sweater by Lynette, and I kind of ran into a problem. I bought the yarn for this at the Fiber Festival in Brooklyn, and I didn't buy the pattern first. I just had it in my Ravelry, and when I was buying yarn for it, I made a mistake. I thought originally that this was only going to be 2 colors used together, but actually I don't know why. Maybe I was just skimming it, and it was raining at the time, and I was just like kind of anxious because the people were waiting, and it was like little tents set up everywhere, and it was hard to get in and out, and I was trying to find how much quantity that I needed, and apparently you have to use 3 yarns. And so when I was looking at the quantities, I saw that you only needed 50 grams of, or was it 100 grams? Okay, I'm already forgetting. I have it right here. Actually, I'll tell you what it was. I print my patterns. I just like holding things. I'm like really old school. I love holding my patterns and like writing on them and everything. I don't know if you guys do that, but yeah, I have like the pattern printed. And so when I was looking at it on my phone that day, I thought I only needed to buy 1 hank of the secondary color, and it turns out I was wrong, because there's technically 3 colors that you're holding. So yeah, it said like for my size I only needed 50 grams, but you need 50 grams in color A and B, so you need 100 grams. So this is all I have left of my like color, and like I don't think I'm even gonna have enough to finish the body, honestly. And I'm super sad, because this is like a color changing hand dyed yarn, so you know how hard that's gonna get. But like this is like what I have so far, and it's coming out so nicely. I love seeing like the changing like in the colors, because there's like specks of green in here too. It's not just like browns, like you can see the green in there, and it's so pretty. And I really want to, you know, make this whole sweater. It's my first full colorwork sweater, and now I'm down to like this much yarn, and it's definitely not going to be enough. I actually contacted the yarn dyer on Instagram. Her name is Yasmin. I think the brand that she's under is called the Garden of Yasmin. And I contacted her on Instagram. I'm like, do you have any more of this yarn? And she was like, let me check. And then she had something in a slightly different colorway, but it wouldn't really match the one that I have. But she did say that she's going to be dyeing some more, but I don't know when that's going to be. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm super sad about this, because I don't want to put this project, it's like I kind of stopped working on it because I'm afraid to run out, and then I don't know what to do if I run out of this. So like that's like a big sad thing in my life right now. I bought tons of the base color. Like I bought 3 skeins of the base color, and I only bought 1 of these because I thought that would be enough. And yeah, so that's where we are at this point with the Facet Sweater. I'm thinking that if she's not going to be able to make that specific dye lot of this color, I'm just gonna have to figure out how to adjust adjust the pattern to make it look nice. I'm thinking like if I don't get the yarn, I'll see how much of the body I can make. And then for the sleeves, if I do have like little bits and pieces there, maybe I'll just like scatter like the pattern throughout the sleeve just a little bit. Like I'm actually going to weigh the yarn out, whatever I have left, and just equally like cut it in half and just like leave it for both sleeves, and whatever it is, it is, I guess. But lesson learned, I'm gonna be downloading the patterns before I start them now. Like I didn't have to do that before because usually, or maybe it wasn't that, it was just because that the situation was kind of tense and I didn't want to be in people's way because the weather was bad and people were trying to buy yarn and she was trying to help other people, and I was trying to find how much I needed of this color. Oh well, the problem is that I don't have enough and I don't know what I'm gonna do. So that's the facet sweater. Now the next whip that I'm working on is actually a project that I'm designing. I call this the Romantasy top. So I don't know if I'll release the Romantasy top video before this one comes out or after it comes out, but this is the Romantasy top that I'm working on. It's gonna be a both knit and crochet piece. So this is what I have so far. This is like the bodice portion of it that's already completed. This is the back. And this is like the top part. This is like the back right here. So it's like, this is the bodice piece that I've designed. This is the full crochet part. And it also has like this neck piece that I'm working on. So this goes like this. And I think I'm gonna add like another like maybe 2 rows to this. And it's gonna have like parts of the sleeves coming out like this. And then the sleeves and the rest of the body are gonna be knit. And I want to make the sleeves kind of be a bit ballooned out. So yes, this is what I'm working on as well. I'm kind of like going in between the facet sweater and the Romantasy top, because once I run out of the yarn for the facet sweater, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like working on one thing at a time, and I don't like having projects just sitting there. But now I'm just gonna have to let it be, because what else can I do? Yes, so the Romantasy top is in this beautiful bag. I also carry it around with me, and that sweater is gonna be using like simple stitches for crochet and knit, because I want both crocheters and knitters to try to make it, because it's going to be like a free pattern that I want to release, and I want to make the stitches simple enough that beginners from both sides can make it. So that is that. The next thing I will be making is after the facet sweater, or when the facet sweater goes on pause, I am going to be making the novice sweater by Petite Knit. And I've made the novice sweater before in the past. This is actually it. I made it in this like peach speckled yarn, and I held like this beautiful silk mohair. It was actually a Japanese brand that I picked up where my parents live. And honestly, it is the softest fabric ever. I think it's the mohair, because I've knit with other mohairs in the past and nothing feels as luxurious as this one. It's a Japanese brand, I believe, the mohair. Let me see if I can, I don't remember the name of it. I had just a little bit of it left over and I tried making a top with it, but let me see if I can remember the name, because I'm going to be visiting my parents over the weekend, and I want to go back to that yarn store that I went to and like buy some of that mohair, because after that, nothing else feels as smooth as that particular mohair. Japanese mohair yarn. Let's see if I can find the name of it. Ito, yes. It's called Ito Sensei, of course. Ito Sensei, and this was by far the most luxurious feeling mohair ever. And I held it together with indie dyed merino wool that is superwash. And this feels like a cloud when you're wearing it. It is so soft. It's like almost like you're wearing air. Like that's what it feels like. I'm wearing a cloud. It is so soft. It is so luxurious. And my mom saw this sweater and she's like, can you make me one like this? And that's what I'm going to be making. I couldn't make it in time for the holidays because at the time when she saw it, it was already too late to start on it to make it, because she wants to pick out the colors. And I'm going to be actually taking her over the weekend to go buy some of the yarn for this. And I do definitely want to include the Ito Sensei mohair in it, because it is by far the most wonderful feeling mohair I've ever felt. So this is the novice sweater by Petite Knit. It is a very easy pattern to follow, great for beginners, and I enjoyed making this. I made this, how many years ago? I made this maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember exactly when I made it, but I pulled it out again because I only wanted to show you guys what I'd be making next to actually have something. And oh, it's so cute. I love the peach color. This is actually one of my favorite colors. I love peach, but I don't think it looks good on me. I think you need to have a different skin tone than I do to really look good in this kind of color. Just because you like a color doesn't mean you look good in it, right? But I still wear it because I love it. It's very, very nice. And I think I'm talking about this sweater too much. But yes, this is what I'm going to be making next. She kind of wants like a subtle color, so I'm thinking maybe to do like a cream or like a off-white, something like that, so she could wear it as often as she'd want. And yes, so this is the novice sweater. And going back to the romantic top, this is the first time that I'm designing a top and trying to write down how I'm doing it, and I've never done that before. I usually freehand everything and I just wear it, but because I want to make it available to everybody, I have to like start writing everything down, and I'm like trying to do it as I work, and it's proven to be quite difficult because when I'm in that like creative zone, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just doing it, and like I'm seeing if I like it or not. And now that I have to like jot everything down, it kind of like throws me off my like creative process. So I'm writing it and designing it, and that's proving for like more difficult than I thought it would be, honestly. But yeah, next I wanted to talk about the yarn that I have, and I forgot to take it out. All right, I'm back. Okay, I have a rule that I'm allowed to get more yarn if I can fit it in this. So this is how I manage my stash. If I can't fit it in this crate, I'm not allowed to buy any more yarn. So this is the crate, and I have several different skeins in here. I made an amigurumi teddy bear and I have this left over, so I need to use this up because this takes up a lot of space. This takes up a lot of my what's the word? I can't talk. You know, like I speak a different language, and sometimes I can remember a word in my native tongue and then I can't remember it in English. And this is what I'm having right now. Retail space. That is what I wanted to remember. This is taking up retail space. Not retail space. Regardless, this is taking up space in my basket, and I want to use it up because I want to get some more yarn, specifically the one for my mother. And you know, I squish things down, but this is how I make sure that I don't overbuy yarn, because I live in a small house with like 4 boys and a husband, and we don't have extra room. I can't be having crates upon crates of yarn. And so to control my spending on yarn, I only buy if I can manage to fit it in here. So I can look at yarn, I can touch the yarn, but I cannot buy the yarn. So this is where we are at. I have another project that I am thinking of making, and I bought the yarn for it, and it's actually right here. So I wanted to show you guys. This is indie dyed yarn by Tina's Toasties. I actually really like this dyer. I've made some stuff with her yarn in the past, and this is like in the colorway Midnight. It's a merino worsted weight yarn, and it's a superwash wool. And I found this really cool silk mohair, Super Kit silk mohair, and like it has like little bits of glitter in it. And I want to make, let me put this down. I want to make this sweater. Hold on a second, because I can't remember things anymore. My brain just goes on vacation at times. But I want to make,
using this, I finally found the pattern that I wanted to use. And I want to make
I want to make the mute top with this. So this is the mute top, and I think it would look so good. Or I want to make sweater number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear using this. Now the problem is neither of these patterns use this kind of yarn. So this is the worsted weight wool. It's 4-ply, and her pattern uses like super bulky. It's bulky weight, and the other one is sport weight. So I don't know what I'm going to end up doing, but yeah, that is something else I also want to make, and I want to make it before the season's over. I know it's December, but time flies. I'm telling you, like, I blink and half the year's gone. Where does time go? When I was a kid, I felt like time took forever. Like a day would take forever to go by. But now as an adult, there's just not enough hours in the day. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I go to bed like close to 11, 10:30, 11. And I feel like it just flew by. Where does the time go? But yeah. So that's everything for now. Yeah. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, I'll be let me know. I'd love to make more just talky videos. I like to talk, and I'd love to talk about knitting and yarn, and I'd love to have more people in my life that enjoy this hobby and that I can yap to about knitting and sweaters and yarn. So hopefully I'll see you guys again in the next video.